Hey there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a strategy that I've used very effectively over the years called fractal patterns. Now, fractal patterns are naturally occurring patterns in nature. You see them in snowflakes, you see them in coastlines. Basically, they are patterns that you see, and then the further you zoom in, the more you see more of the same pattern. And it's repeating. It's like at a bigger scale, you see the pattern. You zoom into a smaller scale, you see the same pattern. And it just keeps recurring the more and more you zoom in. So as far as stock charts go and candlesticks go, here's what I see with the fractal patterns. On the screen here, I've got Apple on a 30-minute chart. To begin with, levels are what I use. This is just measured moves of the 8 a.m. candle. And you can see the lines are just the same distance apart. So those are just levels. You can use them on any levels, whatever you like to use. You like to use daily levels, whatever. I just use these measured move levels, so they're nice and easy. So on a 30-minute chart on Apple, what do you see? Zoom out a little. You can see it's basically been in an uptrend. And then you start to see some topping action right there. You got a higher top with a tail, you get another higher top with a tail, another higher top with a tail. Not higher, sorry. Yeah, just about the same level, slightly higher with a tail. All right, cool. So you're seeing it go up and you're seeing it find resistance on a 30-minute chart. And sure enough, what happens eventually during the day at some point? It goes way down. All right. Now let's see, when it gets down, it finds support. Right down here, you can see that big bullish hammer with quite a long tail to it. Very bullish, all good fun. The way I trade reversals is right here. I see it went one way, it reversed, and now it's reversing again the other way. Once I see this big bullish hammer, I'm thinking long, and I want to find an entry for a long. Now, if you just go long on the new 30-minute high, your stop has to be way down there, and there is no risk to reward. You can't touch this. So how do you use fractal patterns on this? Basically, you're seeing a bigger picture. You're seeing it went up, reversed, came down, ready for another reversal to go back up. And over here now, you're seeing it on a 30-minute chart, right? You're seeing bullish activity on a 30-minute chart, reversal. So let's zoom in on the 1-minute chart. And what we're looking for is more bullish activity. Hold on, let me get the data pulled up here. And there you go. You want to see the same kind of bullish activity on a 1-minute chart as you saw on that 30-minute chart. So here it is. Now, by the time that big 30-minute candle closed, it was about here someplace, something like that. And so what are you thinking now? You didn't enter here, but you have the 30-minute confirmation, right? You have the 30-minute pattern. Now you're looking for a pattern on a smaller picture, which is a 1-minute. And you're looking for, basically, it's already done the reversal. It's gone up to the next level, and it's going to continue from the next level, right? So this is just a continuation of a reversal. You're seeing bullish activity. Again, on the 30-minute chart, we saw bullish activity, a bullish pattern. So on a 1-minute chart, we're able to see a bullish pattern over here where it goes through the level, starts bouncing off it, and you have an opportunity to get along in this area, and off you go to the next level. So there you go, fractal pattern, bigger picture, you see a pattern, and you figure out a direction based on the pattern, and then you zoom into a smaller picture, and you're looking for the same pattern. Let's look at another example here. We'll zoom out again on Microsoft. If you look at Microsoft here, the pattern I see here is just a great big mess. You could call this a breakout, but what I really see during the day is that these highs are getting lower and the bottom's pretty well flat. It's not really making new lows. So I'm thinking this is a descending wedge and it's likely to break out. Sure enough, it did break out and go and hit the next level and then even bounce back. But in this area is where you'd like to enter, right? Around this 408 area. And let's see now if we can find a breakout pattern or breakout setup on a smaller perspective on a 1-minute chart. So going to zoom back out into it. Just a moment there. There it is. So look at this. Here's that 408 area. You saw it on a 30-minute chart. You just saw a descending wedge, right? And on the 1-minute, you can see higher lows. But you're looking for the picture on the 30-minute chart. You identify the breakout setup, descending wedge. Sure enough, what happens on a 1-minute, you get a breakout. And then what happens? It retests the breakout area right about there. This is your entry opportunity, and you get the short to the next level. So there you go, fractal pattern, right? The 30-minute chart was telling you go short. The 1-minute chart also was telling you go short, and it gives you an entry opportunity. And you just go to the next level. So let's go with another one. NVIDIA here. On a 30-minute chart, oh, this one was interesting. Look at this. So it goes in a bullish run, and then the first 30-minute candle of the day is this massive reverse hammer. And that's telling you it's a short, right? So once this closes, after the first 30 minutes, you're thinking, where can I enter short for this? And sure enough, this one did move, right? So let's zoom in on the 1-minute. Once you see the 30-minute, that's when you zoom in to a tinier or smaller time frame. I just use the 1 minute when I'm doing this kind of pattern. So what do you see here? Look at that. You see that it did a breakout. You can see it came back in. It made a lower high. You can even see maybe a head and shoulders. It's kind of tricky of the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder here, right? And you can see the bullish activity right here. But what you're looking for is after the first 30-minute candle closes, which is here, 10 a.m., right? The market opens here, and at 10 a.m., once the candle closes, I don't know where did it close, around here somewhere, or here, you're looking for an entry for a short. So as you're watching it, goes up, starts rejecting the level. This area is interesting, right? And there you go. That's your short right there. You can see what rejected, and off you go. So as soon as you start seeing rejection here, a second one, even a third one, this third one is amazing because I like it because the high is lower than the previous one. It's telling you that the bears are taking over. So this is the area. Once you identify that it's a lower high, you have an opportunity for a short somewhere in this area with a stop right above it. You get good risk to reward going to the next level. And I believe this one went down further. Oh, no, it came back up. You can see you get that trade on a fractal pattern basis. So the activity on NVIDIA was a reversal on a 30-minute, right? If you look at the 30-minute, right there, bullish, massive reverse hammer. You're looking for the short in this area. And it gave you that as it started rejecting that area on the 1 minute. That's your entry. Off you go. Let's look at another one. Oops, AMD. AMD, when I was watching this on this day, I didn't see any pattern. It was just chop, 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 chop. Even zooming out, it was just kind of all over the place. Really hard to identify. No pattern on the 30-minute chart. So I'm not even going to zoom in on the 1 minute and take a look. And that's a good thing because look at this. You attempted anything on this day, I mean, you'd be in trouble. Look at this mess. Let's actually just zoom in to give you the example of what that looks like. And this is it's a good thing. This will actually help keep you out of a lot of messy kind of days. Look at this activity. I mean, can you trade this action right here on AMD? Up, down. I mean, if you're trading momentum at the open, you don't even look at the 30-minute. You're just doing momentum. We're talking about fractal patterns here. And it would have kept you out of all of this mess, right? How about another one? Tesla on this day was interesting too, if I remember. Let's get into it. Where was it? Yeah, look at that. Again, descending wedge. You can see the flat bottom. This one's even better. Flat bottom, descending lows. Descending highs, lower highs, telling you it's going to break down. All right, so you're looking for an entry. Once you start identifying these lower highs, you're looking for an entry for the breakdown. And let's see. Let's get into the 1 minute again and see if it confirms. And what you're looking for, again, is a breakout setup on the 1 minute. So zoom it back into this day's action. There you go. You can see those lows getting, the highs getting lower. And this is an interesting area because it gets down, it pushes right down, and it gets stuck right in this area. Once you see, this area getting stuck, what you're noticing also is not getting pushed up. You see previously it got pushed up. Every time it came down, there was aggressive buying. In this case, it stayed for, I don't know what, 30 minutes, and there was no aggressive buying. Well, however long this is a lot long. You can see the behavior here is different than here. So you can say whatever the buyers were doing here, they're not doing it here. They're not able to even push it up, not at all. And sure enough, the breakout's there. So your entry opportunity, I'd say, is in this area. Ideally, right before the breakout, if you can really time it. But you have it here. Or if you're looking at these lower highs, you might be able to enter up in these areas somewhere here based on the 30-minute chart, right? And your stop would be on top of these highs because you would draw a trend line on a 30-minute chart. And then you're just holding and waiting for that breakout to occur and hit a nice round number, 350. You get a lot of it off there. You target the rest of it, but wouldn't go and you're out. So interesting, huh? Again, the setup was here. Descending wedge, set up for a breakout. And sure enough, you find an entry on a 1 minute chart for that breakout. Let's go for Amazon as well. What did it do? Let me see. Yeah, I didn't see any setups here. You can consider reversals in this area, but I don't trade reversals this way. So again, no pattern here. It did a move up top, and then no pattern, so no trade. So let that one go. Meta. Oh yeah, Meta was interesting. Look at this. Generally speaking, very bullish, especially on this previous day. Very bullish. Found a high, found another high, and then these highs got lower. This is a head and shoulders pattern in my eyes already. And then again, you can see where the resistance is in the pre-market. Isn't that great? Right? And sure enough, it's short. The other way to see it is you got the whole pre-market area as a consolidation zone, and it breaks down, right? Very, very interesting activity. So if you're noticing a consolidation and on a 30-minute candlestick, you're starting to see it break down. You're watching this 30-minute candle. You're watching it for maybe 10 minutes, and you're seeing it's broken the level. It's hanging out below the level somewhere around 734. Now you're curious. You're wondering, did it break down on a 1 minute? Is it on a 1 minute giving me a retest opportunity to enter? So you zoom in and take a look. So let's zoom into this area and see what it did and what it wants to do. Oh, gotta zoom back out to all of these. There it is. Sure enough, there it is. Look at that. So within the first 3 minutes or so, it broke down, and probably the fourth minute or so, you're watching this in the third and fourth minute, and it's hanging out in this area, right below the breakout area, right below the breakout level. And sure enough, what does it do on a 1 minute chart? Goes back up, rejects these levels, rejects the level twice in a row, actually, very powerfully. And once you identify that it's a breakout, doing a retest of the breakout, you have a short opportunity to enter in this area, stop right above, and you're in the move. And this one was massive, absolutely massive. And going back to the 30-minute, I'll show you another one on this day. Big bearish move, and then pulls back up and continues, right? Second leg. This is basically a big reverse ABCD. One of the patterns I like to see is this reverse hammer right here. So push all the way down, consolidation, or you don't know if it's a reversal or a consolidation at this point, but once it closes this bearish hammer, this is telling me now that this is likely to continue down. It's just consolidating before it goes. So once this hammer closes on the next candle, the 11:30 a.m. From 11:30 a.m. onwards, I'm looking for an entry in this area around this level, around 718 for a short. So now zoom into the 1 minute and let's have a look. Sorry, gotta always zoom out on all these charts. It's just the way this thing works. All right. What did we say? 11:30-ish? Where is that? Here. All right. So this would have been on the 30-minute, the top of that big hammer. It closes down here. And sure enough, it goes up and rejects this level, right? As soon as you identify the rejection, you can enter in this area right about here. Your exit or stop could be right above it someplace. And let's see what happens. There it is. You're in this for the day. I mean, this just wants to go, right? And even respects levels quite nicely. So look at that. Your entry is in this area. Stop is right above. And you're in this thing. Isn't that great? I love these things. They're so easy, actually. Once you identify fractal patterns, as in they're big, and then you go small. You're looking for a pattern on a bigger perspective. Once you identify something that is a pattern that you like to see, whatever it may be, you identify the direction, then go and look for that direction on the smaller perspective. Look at Google here. Bearish for the day. Big reverse ABCD pattern all the way down. And look at this hammer. Massive, right? You think reversal. So where's the entry after this? After this closes, the way I like to enter is ideally the new high, but it's a 30-minute chart. So you got to zoom in and you're looking at the closest level. This right here. Can you enter as it bounces off this level? Is there a possibility? What is this level? About 182.25. So let's get in on the 1 minute chart at 2:30 and have a look. Let's see, go zoom out a bit and scroll back. Okay, there's where that big 30-minute hammer happened. Sure enough, it comes to the level. As soon as you identify the level is holding as support, you have this opportunity to enter. You have these opportunities to enter. And even as it pushes further, you have these opportunities to enter. This area is pretty good. You have about 10 or 15 minutes of opportunities to enter with your stop right below the area. And you're in this for the next level up. So there you go. Fractal patterns, right? Not too complicated. It's basically a naturally occurring pattern in nature. You see it all the time. You can look on YouTube, just search fractal patterns. You'll see snowflakes, coastlines, all kinds of things. And there's lots of research out there that even shows that for us human beings, looking at fractal patterns is actually very soothing for us. And that's because, the proof is that we like nature. We go out in nature, we feel soothed and feel quite good. Even if you zoom into plants and leaves and flowers and things, you'll see fractal patterns. I mean, there's videos and videos out there for this. And so the thinking is, for me at least, if something is soothing you, why not apply it to trading? I mean, trading is a tough business, right? It's quite stressful. You got to manage risk. You've got to manage emotions. Your money's on the line, all kinds of stuff. So why not make it a little easier by doing something that's naturally soothing? So I took the fractal pattern concept from nature, have been applying it to day trading using a 30-minute and the 1 minute chart, and it's been freaking awesome. So there you have it, fractal patterns. Take a look. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.